Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, we have an episode here from NITECORE. This is their EDC33. They were gracious enough to send this in for testing and evaluation. I have been beating it up, testing it, running it, carrying it, putting it in the go bag, doing things like that. So I just want to kind of give you my findings and let you know what I think about it. It is a very nice light. Let's just start off with that. It's very nice. It's super bright. It is rechargeable, so you cannot replace the battery. You can only charge the battery with the provided charger, and I'll show you all of that here in the video. It says it's 4,000 lumens. It's pretty damn bright. It is very bright. But we'll kind of go over some of the stats, look at the box, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do a box opening because I've already opened the box. But anyway, we'll just kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, so to say. Like, is it for you or is it for me, or what do I think about it? So anyway, let's do that. Let's just go over the box real quick. You know, what it comes with is your charger. It comes with a lanyard, you know, that you can run on the light. It comes with the light, of course. We'll get into that. It does say it's 4,000 lumens, and it's Lumini Shield. And it is USB-C rechargeable. A lot of people really like the C, which is great. It does have a lithium battery in it. And it's built in. Again, you can't remove it. It does have 4,000 lumens. It says the max distance is 450 meters. I didn't test it out that damn far. Max intensity is 54,500 CD. Impact resistance 2 meters. IP rating is IP68. And if you want more information, I'll leave a link below. But anyway, it's got the USB charging port, the lockout switch, the power indicators, and we'll get into all that. Tail cap. It is made in China. And the accessories included, again, is the clip, the lanyard, the USB-C charging cable. So that's what it comes with. And it comes in this box. And then there's the little EDC33. If this is the one you're looking for, there it is. So what do I think about it, or what have I done to it? Well, I've taken it out and beat the crap out of it. I've thrown it on concrete. There's big old chunks out of it. You know, I literally picked it up, thrown it up in the air to see what I could do to it. I didn't break any of the, you know, the lenses or anything like that. You know, and the tail cap's fine. You know, it's got some pretty good scratches here, little dings, nicks, little chunk right there. You know, some chunks at the front of the bezel. There's a big old chunk right there. Didn't damage the clip in any way, you know. But anyway, let's get into it. So again, the Lumini Shield. I don't know all the ins and outs. You know, I like flashlights that work. That's kind of what's the main thing for me. And that are bright. It does have some really nice texturing on here. It's a pretty big light. I mean, I've got big hands. They're XXL hands, and this is a pretty damn big light. So it's very robust. And the way that they kind of talk about it is, you know, it's a weapon. It's their tactical, you know, light, blah, blah, blah. I use other things for tactical things, but I think that everyone should have a light on their person. Not just a weapon light, but a light on their person. So every day, whether it be day or night, because you could go into a dark area or a dark building or power out building. You could be inside of a Walmart and the power could go out. So you just don't ever know. You want to be able to find your way around. But let's get into it. The way you charge it, right here at the top, it's kind of might be hard to see, and I'll turn it. Now, I think I might have tweaked it when I was dropping it on concrete, because this seemed a little easier at first. But you turn this, and it was tight to begin with, but I might have tweaked it. But there's where you charge it from. So you can see the little port. Hopefully you can. I'll hit it with a light, another light. But there's the little port right there, if you can see that. That's how you charge it. So in order to close that off, you simply turn this. And it kind of covers that. Let me turn it. Yeah, I guarantee I tweaked this a little bit. I mean, it's still doable, but it's definitely tight. So there's that. That closes up. Here is your lockout switch. So when you're carrying it in your pocket and you don't want it to ND in your pocket, you can put it on the lockout mode, and that locks everything out. So you can't push any of the buttons. Nothing works, you know, blah, blah, blah. When you want it to come on, you just simply flip that, and then there it is. Now, this one also is kind of programmable, it says. I haven't really played with the programming. I'm just going to be really honest with you. You know, I turn on a light, and if it has a medium and a low and a high, you know, I can pick which one I want. You know, I just kind of turn it on and light something up. And like I said, this thing is super bright. So, I mean, I don't have any way to test if it's 4,000 lumens personally, but it'll definitely give you some light. And it does get hot. It actually says hot right here. And just with doing this, this is already warm. So if you keep it on turbo or whatever it is, you know, when you're lighting it up back here, because I think it's one, yeah, it's just a slight right there. There is less, you know, and then that's more. There's the little bit of a, you know, kind of like a low feature, kind of like if you're doing, you know, just writing something. And then of course you just hold it, it goes all the way up to turbo to super high. That's the 4,000, and it'll kick down. See, I'm just holding it and that's what it's doing. It's kicking down. This thing is getting freaking hot. I mean, super hot. Like you don't even want to, yeah, you don't want to keep your hands on it. Just with that right there, it's super freaking hot. So that shows you how bright the damn light is. But it's going to have kick down. So, you know, you're going to be able to use that just momentarily, really quickly, you know, maybe to blind somebody or to light up something pretty quick. You'd have to move it to a low, or it's going to kick down. And then if you try to put it back in your pocket, if I were to put that in my pocket right now, yeah, it'd burn my damn leg. So just keep that aware if that's a concern to you. The clip is very robust. I mean, the clip is nice. I did notice one time I was clipping it on the outside of a bag, and I kind of clipped it on, and I honestly just threw the bag in the trunk. It was a go bag, and this clip did kind of pop off. It actually just kind of snapped off right there. You know, it's designed, it can pull away, and then I just snapped it back on. But it was a pain in the ass to snap it back on, so I'm sure it's a pain in the ass to snap it off. Here's your LED indicator. So see, it's fully charged, and I charged it quite a bit ago, and it's still staying charged. And I've used it, like I said, I've thrown it, I've tested it, done things like that. It does have like kind of like little nubs right here at the back, and this is very tactile, so to say. You know, it's got a nice little, you know, it's not just flat rubber. It's kind of got a nice feel to it. So you can feel when you're on the button. And you can just clip it in your pocket like this, pull it out, and then, you know, you got your thumb at the back. So that's how I've kind of been using it. I haven't used the lanyard. You know, just me personally, you can loop it right through here. But my feeling was if I loop this lanyard on there, that's just going to be more prone to potentially pull that clip off. So I did not do that, but you can route it right through there if you choose to. And I don't really need a lanyard to keep it attached to my belt loop or anything like that for me personally. But I do like the light. I think it's really cool. The only thing I don't like about it, I mean, we'll just get into the cons right now. I mean, you can't remove the battery, which there's a lot of them that way, and it's not a big deal, and it is chargeable. And I've got other chargeable batteries, flashlights, and they last quite a long time. And with your LED indicator, it's going to tell you as it's getting low, so it's going to say, hey, dummy, charge it. So that's not a big deal. I don't mind it being rechargeable, because so far it's held up very well as far as what I've put it through, and I haven't had to recharge it. So it seems like it's lasting very well. And with all the drops, I mean, this bezel's protruded out away from the lens, so I didn't damage any of the lens. There's not even a scratch on it, and I beat the shit out of this thing, throwing it up and down in the street on the concrete. And some of these, I was throwing it up in the air. So I'm guessing probably 15, 20 feet, maybe higher, you know, and then letting it just pound onto the concrete. So, and it didn't flicker, it didn't do anything. I tested it each time afterwards. But let's kind of give you some comparisons, because people are always like, well, how big is it really? So probably the biggest light I carry is the Streamlight, and this is the ProTac 1L, 1L 1AA. This is probably the biggest that I carry in my pocket. And you can see it is shorter, you know, it is shorter, but also look at the diameter. It's a lot skinnier. So, you know, this one's a thick boy. It's not, I don't really like it in my pocket. I'm just being honest with you. I think it's a little bit too big for pocket carry. You know, if it's in a bag or whatever, or a door jamb or door pocket on your car, it's perfect. I mean, there's no issues with it at all. So I'm going to be using it as a go bag light, not a pocket carry light. And it's pretty damn heavy. Compared to this, it's way heavier. I don't know the exact weight, but this thing is a little tank. So that should make it very reliable and things like that, I would assume, because it's a chunky boy. So there's kind of that if you want to see the height from a distance. And then, again, the dimensions. You know, my preferred, what I'm really starting to enjoy more, are the flat lights, because they're more of a contour towards your pocket. And this is a wedge. This is the smaller wedge. I have the bigger wedge, the longer wedge, and the shorter wedge by Streamlight. But I'm trying to kind of give you some comparisons. This is the XT. This is 500 lumens. This is 4,000 lumens. So, you know, big difference. I don't really know the candela on this one either, and I don't really keep up with the candela on this. These are both very, you know, nice. They both have the little tail lights on the back. That's why I'm kind of comparing them. Of course, your beam is bigger on the NITECORE than the Streamlight. Pocket clip, you know, this one's screwed in. There's no screws here. But again, this one was pretty damn hard, I think, to pop out. I might have weakened it, you know, playing around with it or throwing it on the concrete at that time. And then maybe that caused it to pop off. I don't know when I put it on the bag. But anyway, I mean, these are just some lights to compare it to. You know, what I would prefer, and I know that they have it now. Maybe they'll send it out to me. I don't know. But NITECORE does offer a flat light, kind of like these wedge lights. And I would love to test that, because this one's very bulbous, and that is a word. It's very bulbous and it's real girthy, but I think that I would prefer a thinner light. But if you're looking for a thick, round, super bright light, this NITECORE EDC33 could be for you. So give it a look. I'll put a link below if you're interested. But, you know, so far, I mean, I think it's a pretty damn good light. You know, even though they sent it to me for free, I think it's a pretty damn good light, you know, but I'll include the link below if you're interested. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews. Like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you later. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.